Well, hello. Here is my digication portfolio. So here I started off with my picture of Bill Walsh teaching his football players in the background. Um, okay, so about me, I'm currently attending, Laverne. I've had a military background and also a technology background, and then I go about that here, and then just also what I would like to teach. Wrote it down here. uh, and how I would like to teach. My style of teaching, uh, I'll take it from football. Coach such as Pete Carroll, coach of the Seahawks. I mean, I like his excitement, his enthusiasm. He doesn't really criticize, and he's not really negative. He's always out there, you know, happy and stuff. So here I also have my academic information, why I want to teach, just because I believe it's important to shape the the youth, our future. We got to take care of them. So I wrote a little bit of that in there, and my motivation. You know, if I ever need some, I'll just come back here. Uh, I have a couple, quotes right there, um, and also a little map of motivation. Pretty much get it from success. You get it from accomplishing goals, and your performance and attitude is a big one as well. So this is some work I did for my art class. I'll just skip over these. Pretty much the same as I've done for this class. Dance, drama, and then field experience. Pretty much copied and pasted it onto here from my paper. And also, just what I've learned from from observing the classroom and from observing the videos online. I've taken a lot of information from my 2 years of walking in classrooms while they were teaching, just seeing, how the kids are in the cafeteria, just seeing how the kids are on the way to the cafeteria, inside the library, while there's company over. I've seen principals go in and, and evaluate teachers as well, and there's just a lot of things that I've seen throughout my years there working at school. Even fire alarms, lockdown procedures, things like that. And just today, I actually walked into a classroom, and the teacher was having issues with Illuminate, and so I went ahead and just worked on that. But he was explaining to me how he would have to take roll by writing it down, and then he would have to hand it to the students, and it would just take so much of his time that he'd end up doing it towards the end of the day. So it's things like that, little things like that, that I want to pick up to manage my classroom a lot better. So here I have sixth grade math. I observed that video online. Um, the one I picked up about that is just the teacher just felt like a little hostile, or kind of wanting things right away. She really didn't let the students think about it and say it on their own. They were kind of scared to go ahead and talk about any of that. Okay, here I have math and me, pretty much as stars. Uh, this module helped me understand my weaknesses along with my strengths, and it just made me more aware of where I was at in terms of math. And I've also seen, I kind of just seen points within myself that I could work on, and see my strong suits there as well. And I used this image to not make it all text based, kind of have you know, some colors for myself there. Okay. So what I really wanted was these two in another section out here, but I didn't figure that out until later. So here's my math lessons. So I found out a way as I was messing with it a lot more. Um, I found a way to add Google Documents on here. I mean, I can just swipe all the way down, and it even has hyperlinks as well on here, which is pretty cool. So I mean, I can just upload a ton of lesson plans here as I go on throughout my career, and I can just keep adding them. And whenever I want to access them, print them, I can just go right ahead and search in here. So I have the 2 lesson plans I did for kindergarten in this class here, and I went ahead and added them on there. I mean, I got the whole thing down on there. It's pretty sweet. And here I have grade 1. So now I'm moving on into my math activities and research. I mean, I wish I could have gone back and edited some of these things, but it's just it's a bit difficult to try to move them around now that I've created them. Um, I'm still kind of getting the hang of this. So here I have for activities, I just jotted them down. I also included one of my favorite websites that that I can use later on if I ever need activities for a certain Common Core. And I've also learned that you know, creating an activity, just creating one and having basic educational components isn't good enough. You got to have a reason why you're using it. You got to have a Common Core as well to match that, so it can kind of go along with your lesson. So you're not just teaching, math slash science and in a history class. Kind of want it all to correspond together, to work together. Here I also added, a little sheet as well. So research, added the Tim's report on here. I really like this Tim's report and all the findings. I found it really interesting. Just males scoring a lot better than females, when you would have thought it would have been the opposite. So I also wrote that on here, and also economic situations of students and how it affects their test scores and all. Um, really interesting stuff. I mean, I can just keep adding Tim reports on here. I have another one I'm looking to add later on. Um, and then I also wish to add more tabs here, but that's all for my education portfolio. Thank you.